Jacksonville, Florida. Supposed neutral ground for these two old rivals. Not a lot of distance separates the two, and when they come here for this clash, it can define a season, no matter what's happened before, what might happen after. Glad to have you with us from TIAA Bank Field, home of the Jaguars in the heart of Duval in Jacksonville, Florida. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 9 straight, the Florida Gators. Running back searching for a hole. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. On 4th down, looking to pass. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs. The Bulldogs offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by... We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Allen. Find some fresh air. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Direct snap, it's Allen. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. The Gators now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the ground with the back. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback keeper. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run. They knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
The Gators have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. With the catch, it's Allen.
Defenses have their hands full with him. They just give up a big pass there for a first down, but it's not just the arm you got to worry about, it's his legs too. This guy's top 10 in the nation, total touchdowns scored, and that's why he's in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. He'll get rid of it. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. David, as a Georgia legend, when I say Florida, what comes to mind?
I mean, that's the easiest question you've asked me yet. I mean, there's nothing that I ever liked or enjoyed about the Florida Gators, just playing in that rivalry. You know, it's not a neutral site, by the way. It's in Jacksonville, Florida. Like, that's not neutral. It's way closer to Florida. It's way closer to Florida fans. But this rivalry, I'm telling you, every single year, that was #1 team you wanted to be.
Complete to the right. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Toss sweep to the left. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline. Point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball on the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left to.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good, and that was dense. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Got the back over the middle. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
To the air on 2nd down. Pucks it out of the air. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. And the Gators come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's batted away. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll leave it with him. Creates a little room. Got enough for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, we've seen them in the past, man, when Florida's really...
Oh, he's got some space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the line. Oh, better look out. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They're going to test the right side with this one. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got a man. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a crease. It's Allen. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. They want to throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Gator! On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point gives them a 10-6 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Michigan is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Tom Brady should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Illinois. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Complete in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Back to pass, it's Ramsauer. Makes the grab, it's Jones. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gonna look downfield again. Right on the money. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. To the air on first down. Finds his tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find their rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on tape.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Gonna take a shot. And he grabs it at the 15. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Now from inside the red zone. Got it! And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He's looking to pass. Took a shot as he threw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Touchdown, Dogs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So an 82-yard drive there. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will... We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Allen. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36. One more snap coming before halftime. On the snap, it's Allen. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge of your seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Gators and Bulldogs. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Florida and Georgia plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Gators will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take... So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Allen. There he goes. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. He's now up to 71 yards rushing for them so far as he closes in on that 1,400-yard mark. The Gators, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Might as well give it to him again. Still running at the 35. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 22 after the huge pickup. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown! Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, putting in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Just going to keep it after the snap. Makes it past the marker. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Wide open downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it on first and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. The Gators want to crank the tempo. They give him the rock again on second and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A huge chance for points here on third and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Motion from the back. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Touchdown, Gator! And they grab the advantage. Take Up by 1, they'll try to get the deuce and make it a field goal edge. Just a pass. Incomplete on the two-point try. They tried to out to a field goal. They'll have to settle for holding a one-point lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Gets the back moving. Back to throw, it's Ramsauer. Got his man down the middle. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. So now it's second and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it. You could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. This quarterback part of their running game. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man is dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. From the gun. Makes the grab over the middle. He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the 2-point try is no good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll go to the ground, and he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. And off to Jones. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big third down. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Gives it to the back on the draw. Thrust that arm out. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. To the air. It's Ramsauer. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Tight end getting vertical. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. From the red zone, it's Jones. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great game. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia! Having a playmaker like that can get the offense out of just about any situation.
Yeah, no doubt. He can roll right, he can roll left, he can do whatever he wants. He can buy time and throw the football, but you have to defend everything. You have to defend pass, you have to defend run, and you have to defend plays that aren't even called. So good luck stopping this cat.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Memphis is in front. They've controlled the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by a field goal over UAB. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one. Turning it on! He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. And some room to work. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there. And the Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. The offense changing the play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looks as if he's going to run it. Got the first down and more. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
You just hold your breath every time this QB keeps the football in the running game, man. With his speed, he's a threat to hit the home run every time he totes the rock.
Running into the open space. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create back. And right here, just chews up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on 3rd down. Marches ahead. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. No field goal attempt here. They'll try to break the tie here in the 4th with a touchdown Gator! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop. At the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking for a man. It's Ramsauer. Working the middle. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A strike downfield. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Working that left side. And he's brought down after a nice game. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Unleashes one. Wide out trying to get it in. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown, and we might just have overtime on our hands.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. And he's going to try to return this one. And the coverage team able to rest.
15. And Florida Gators will take over. First and
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. offense has it at the 28 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged out of the air. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere.
There he goes to the left. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these 2 teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
So here comes our first play of overtime. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on second and goal. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield, it's Ramsauer. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They jump on top here in OT. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He just about had the pick, and what a play that would have been in overtime, but it brings up fourth down. Fourth and long, and they have to pick it up to keep their chances alive. On the direct snap, it's Allen. Oh, he's got some space. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Another chapter of this rivalry in the books, and this one goes to the Dogs, who hunkered down and took out the Gators. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.